Alright, what is up guys? In this video I'm going to explain what all these controls are and what they actually do, because at first glance they can look pretty overwhelming, but it's actually really simple once you know what they all do, what the functions are and stuff. So that's what I'm going to explain in this video. And before we get to that, just do a little cold start. Alright, so we'll start with the right side because it has the least buttons, so we'll just get it over with. So the first button right here, that's heated grips. Alright, that's heated grips. You press it 3 times. The first time you press it, it comes on, it's on the lowest setting. The second time you press it, it's on the highest setting. And the third time you press it, it turns it off. So that's how you function heated grips, and that's the first button on the left side. So the button right underneath that is the mode button. Now the mode button, all that does is it cycles you through your modes, your riding modes, right? So this bike has 5 riding modes: rain, sport, race, user, and slick. This is how you cycle through them. Alright, so the button underneath the mode button is your kill switch. Everyone that's riding a motorcycle should know what a kill switch is, and what it does is it stops your bike from running. All you have to do is flip it up and your bike shuts off. When you flip it down and your ignition switch is turned all the way to the right, it turns on your bike. Everyone should know that. But this bike also has, I'll just show you guys really quickly, this bike also has launch control. So you have to be in user and slick mode, and you hold this button down for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then your shifting light is going to stay on, it's going to be bright clear, and you're going to have 3 LCON, which means you have 3 launch control attempts. I'm just going to show that to you guys right now. I'm just going to hold this button down for about 3 to 5 seconds. And there it is, 3 LCON, and the shifter light stays on, and then launch control is activated. And yeah, so the way you turn off launch control, because I don't want to use launch controls, you just go through the mode. I'm going to put it in a sport, and then it goes away. Or you could turn the bike off and on. It's entirely up to you how you want to turn it off in case you change your mind and don't want to use launch control anymore for whatever reason. Moving along to the left side, which is the more complicated side. Right over here, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little switch for your headlights. You click it in, high beams come on, turn it off. That's it. This big button right here is cruise control, okay? On being to the right, off being to the left. It's the biggest switch, I think, on this bike. And this little tab here is how you set it. So you switch it on, you have to be doing over 20 miles an hour. You hit the tab forward, bam, cruise control. You increase the speed by pushing the tab forward, and you decrease it by pushing the tab towards yourself. There you go, cruise control. Oh, by the way, shutting off cruise control, you can hit the front brake, the rear brake, or you could just left, which is the off position. Alright, so now we have ABS. Hitting the ABS button multiple times turns off your ABS and turns off your traction, and it also does the reverse. So it turns it on in case it's off, and vice versa. So that's what ABS is. Pretty self-explanatory. And then next to the ABS button, you have your hazard lights. Hit those. Both of your indicator lights blink on, as well as your tail light is a solid yellow. So that's a cool feature. And then right underneath that you have slick, and you can see positive, negative. That's basically if you're in slick mode or you're in user mode. You have the option to fine tune your DTC, which is your dual, or actually dynamic traction control, and you can pretty much just fine tune it to how much slippage you want. So that's what this button is. And then next to that is trip, lap, and set. So this button is basically how you scroll through the menu. Like, let's say you're setting up user mode for the first time. This is how you're going to scroll through it, like by clicking it up and down, and then you're going to hold the set button. Then you're going to hold the set button to select what it is you're selecting. It also says trip, which is basically like a car. So if I hit this right now, it tells me how many miles I have until E, which is 105. It tells me my trip 1, trip 2, average miles per gallon, which is 34 right now, and then average MPH, which is miles per hour, which is 30 for me. And then click it and it shows your miles. Right now I have 5,000 miles on this bike, and that's what that button does. Pretty easy, pretty simple. And then right underneath that button you have this switch right here, which is your indicator. So left, right, click it in and it turns it off. And then right underneath that you have the horn. And that's pretty much it, man. That's all these buttons explained. It's really not as complicated as it looks. I know it looks complicated, but it's actually just nothing. It's just a bunch of simple shit. It's kind of like an airplane. Like, you look inside an airplane, it looks confusing, but if you watch enough videos, you realize it's just a bunch of bullshit buttons, really. Leave you guys off with a pull. Thanks for watching, man. Just wanted to put a quick video out there about what all these buttons are, so people aren't freaked out when they go to ride an S1000 for the first time. See you guys on the next video. Hopefully I explained it well enough. Peace out.